uh, 8 o'clock there, and I was back by 4 o'clock or so. So 4:30. And in the meantime, okay, from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and again from 5 o'clock to evening 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I was totally occupied with this one book, and it really gave me a wonderful experience. I happened to experience the book greatly, and it was such an experience that the whole night yesterday, I suppose, okay, I was in thoughts of the book itself, and somehow my entire mind was totally filled with the thoughts of this. I never had any other thought other than the thought that was represented in that book. It was a casual book, like a very casually written book, but it made me understand a lot of fundamental things about life. That was what Brahmananda was concluding in that book. He was just saying that this is not going to be a life-changing book, or this is not going to give you an information, okay, which is probably which will answer every question that you have. But it's a kind of hope. It's a kind of hope for someone, okay, who dedicatedly works on a particular thing. When you dedicatedly work on a particular thing, okay, you will experience success. You will see glory happening in your life. And in order to prove that, Brahmananda's life is one. He was brought up in such a lower middle class with almost 8 children for a very normal father. So he was really struggling to feed them 3 times a day. But in those circumstances wherein it was not possible for their family to invest even a single rupee for their education, he got his education. He completed his post-graduation in Telugu, and he happened to work as a lecturer. But he was somehow more interested in humor creation. He used to make people laugh with his jokes, and he was very much interested on stand-up comedies and performing in some performing in some acts and all dramas. He has got that experience, and somehow he got an opportunity, and that opportunity has really clicked him, and it was a breakthrough for him. And so somehow today he is a very respectable person across the world. He was noticed by plenty of people. He was recognized by a lot of people, and is an inspiration for many people. And there is no human being whom we know on this earth, okay, who do not bring a smile on his face once he gets in touch with, or once he sees at least Brahmananda, I suppose. So the simplest thing what I would like to tell you is this. Most of the people, until and unless they become comfortable in their life, most of the people, until and unless they become so confident and so courageous, they need the guidance of different people. They need the support of different people. And if that support, if that guidance is not given to a person, so probably a person stays in a state of worry. The biggest challenge for everyone is this. From the time they get up in the morning, since they go to bed again, they have to be happy in every minute of their day. Of course, there may be disturbances. Of course, there may be challenges. There may be ups and downs. There may be a bit of challenges. But in spite of challenges, he must learn to be happy. So he may get emotional. He may become angry. He may get disturbed. He may get worried. Okay, he may get frustrated. A lot of things can happen. In spite of all these happenings, he has to somehow learn to be happy in life from morning to night. So this is one thing. But it is not possible for 99.999999% of the people to put that happy figure all the time they are awake. And It's just because they are not able to handle the problems what they are encountering in their life. If they are not solving the problems what they are encountering, if they are stuck in that problem, and if they stay in that state for a pretty long time, that's going to create a big damage for them in future. So, one thing I just want to say is everyone has to overcome the problems what they are facing in life. Everyone has to bring that happiness into their lives, and they have to be happy. So in order to face this challenge, in order to face these circumstances, because every time we feel something as a problem, every time we feel something as a problem, it is a problem, it is a challenge just because they're not able to handle it. It is beyond their maturity. So if it is below their maturity, so then automatically I can say that, okay, it's not a problem at all. It is a problem for them just because it's much beyond their maturity. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. So they need the guidance of others. So they need to bring awareness into the life of people. So that awareness is developed, that awareness is brought in with the help of questions. Questions give direction for life. Questions make us think uniquely. And simply to say, questions are answers. So every question has an answer contained in that. Only thing is we should learn or we should develop an ability to ask the right question. If we are not in a position to ask the right question, automatically, okay, we will not be getting the right answers. But so probably when Socrates was to drink poison the next day, the previous night he said that he asked for a book to read. So when the person who is in the jail or the prison in charge asked him, "You are going to consume poison tomorrow morning and you are going to leave this earth, okay? Why do you want to read a book?" Surprisingly, Socrates said that, "So that I would die intelligent." So the hunger for intelligence, the hunger for enhancement in thinking, the hunger for understanding the situation in a better manner and taking it forward is a bigger challenge in life. So everyone must develop an appetite to update their knowledge. And exploration is a mandatory thing. If problems are not solved, if problems are there with people, life doesn't become an interesting journey. Life doesn't look celebrating. And in many of my discussions, I just told you that, okay, all the problems that we cope up in life, we are coping up just because of one simple reason, and that is our thinking. Our thinking determines whether we worry about something or whether we are happy about something. And most of the people, they don't relate, okay, that their thinking is the root cause of every problem. As they don't relate that their thinking is the root cause of every problem, they come up with a lot of reasons saying that, okay, someone else is the problem, someone's communication is a problem, someone's behavior is a problem, someone deceiving me is a problem, someone putting me in an issue is a problem, someone cheating me is a problem. So different reasons will bring up, okay, in order to say that they are suffering for. But whatever is happening in the external world, let people cheat us, let people deceive us, let people put us on a tougher figure, okay. But one thing what we need to understand in life is this. The bottom line is this. We must control our thinking. Unless and until we control our thinking, okay, the situations are not going to get normal in life. And unless we are not comfortable with our things, okay, until and unless we are not happy with the things that are going in our life, I think we cannot take things forward. So in every situation, whatever may be the circumstance you are in, whatever may be the problem you encounter, the first thing you need to keep observing is how your mind is thinking. So, how can I handle my thinking? Because when good things are happening in life, forget about it, there is no challenge about it. But when things are not going our way, when we are not able to be comfortable in that particular situation, then it is just because our mind is not thinking comfortably in that particular situation. So what is to be changed? Thinking. When thinking is changed, okay, experience of life is different, because life is nothing else other than an experiential journey. So there's nothing beyond an experience. We do everything. We eat, we see, we sleep, we enjoy, we want luxuries. Everything just because our sense organs give us a kind of experience. And that experience drives us, okay, to do many things in life. And the experience of this external sense organs correlate with the mind. So just external circumstances can be created by anybody. So probably we can put you in a very comfortable atmosphere. So if it is very hot outside, we can put you in a place where it's pretty cool. If it is smelling bad outside, we can put you in a place where there is a beautiful fragrance inside. We can change that fragrance, whatever it is. And if at all, if there is something which you are not seeing beautiful, okay, you can paint a beautiful picture out of it, okay, we can have brilliant colors, and we can bring some glory into it. And if at all, if you are not able to listen something good, okay, we can bring some music into our life, and we can get some wonderful things, okay, to reach our ears, and we can change the food. So we can change the sensual perception, we can change the smell. So every external sense can be changed. There is a possibility for all that. But the external possibilities, the external changes, the external comforts do not give us happiness. What we think about all this determines whether we are happy or whether we are going to worry in life. So everyone starts working on the external front. They start making things look beautiful for them, they start making things listen beautiful for them, they start making things smell beautiful for them, they start making things taste beautiful for them, they start making things feel more comfortable for their skin. So people work on this from morning to night in order to make it comfortable, but people work least on the thinking front. See, we may put a person in a 5-star hotel, he may be blessed with everything, but if his thinking is not right in a particular situation, so he cannot be happy. There may be a person who is living in a small hut, nothing in balance, no comfort, okay, no clear strategies where he can really be comfortable with the sense organs, but still his thinking can be refined, his thinking can be wonderful. And once his thinking is wonderful, and if his thinking is in a glory, he's going to celebrate his life. That's going to happen automatically. So, creating a solution for any problem is focusing on changing our thinking pattern. Once we change our thinking pattern, automatically everything is going to look great in life. And this is what exactly we have to learn. And the best way to change our thinking, the best way to understand our thinking would be through a question. So, probably in the initial days when I was reading a lot of books, when I was getting exposed to a lot of content, okay, a lot of people used to guide me saying that awareness is the key for everything. You must be in a state of consciousness. So I never used to understand what consciousness is. So I used to feel that I am conscious only, I am not unconscious. But later I slowly understood that, okay, being conscious is noticing, okay, what our mind is thinking in a particular situation. So, the second stage can be something like this. Once we notice what our mind is thinking in a particular situation, we have to focus on, if the mind thinks like this, how is the emotion going to be? How is the feeling going to be? How is my communication going to be? How is my behavior going to be? And if I change it in the thinking level, how is my communication going to change? How is my behavior going to change? So everything starts from your thinking, and the source of everything is your thinking. So start working at your thinking level. So once you start working at your thinking level, focusing on the source, which is creating all this havoc, then creating a solution for the challenges that you are facing in life is a pretty easy thing. So I wish all of you to empower your thinking. And how can you empower your thinking? Just by empowering your questioning ability. So, the reason for this question answer session. Let's add more awareness to it, okay, to the beautiful questions what you ask, and let that awareness kindle some kind of awakening within you, and through that awakening, okay, you would solve some problems what you are encountering. And the only reason why we have to solve problems is we can't worry about on one side. Another thing is, until and unless we are happy, we will not focus on doing the things what we ought to do. So when we don't do the things what we ought to do, we suffer today and we will suffer in future also. So we need to do the things what we ought to do. So in order to do the things what we ought to do, we must be in balance. So in order to bring that balance, we need to check at the thinking level. Okay? So let's see how God is going to help people with their problems, and what God is going to speak through me in order to guide people to bring that solace, tranquility and peace into the minds of people, observing and thinking and transforming themselves. Let's get started. To start with, as usual, okay, it's a question from Gary. How to shift our focus totally on studies? Change the information, okay, that is there in your mind first. See, why we are not having focus on one particular thing is, we want everything to be there on our list. And we are just allowing the mind to think the way it wants. See, I can simply say that we need to understand the core truth. The core truth is, nothing happens immediately in life. Everything comes only step by step, bit by bit. So the only problem with everyone is, everyone has a solution with them. They know. See, for example, when it comes to education, when it comes to job, when it comes to different things, okay, everyone knows that hard work gives results. Okay, respect earns respect. So taking risks build confidence in us. So everyone knows about it. Without taking risk, you cannot build your confidence. Until and unless you take risk in life, okay, you cannot build your confidence. This is something what everyone knows. But the only problem with most of the people is they want everything to happen immediately. See, probably you want to focus on your studies totally. So let us say, okay, you just take out a pen and a paper. Once you get up in the morning till you go to bed, okay, just write down all the time that you focused on your studies today. So take it as a challenge. Your main focus is focusing on studies, reading something interesting, updating yourself, building some skills, okay, getting ready for the future so that you can do something wonderful, because life is all about to be, to do, to have, to give. So we must be ready to give something for the society tomorrow. If you are not ready to give something for the society, then we are not needed for the society. In order to give something for the society, we must have something. In order to have something, we must do something. So all the doing what you are doing right now is to have. All the having that we are having right now is to give. And in order for the three things to happen, we have to set right our being. So being, how it is going to be right? Through our thinking. That's it. So take out a pen and a paper and start writing all the time that you are focusing on studies, all the time you are getting deviated from it. So when you are deviated from it, when you are watching TV, when you are watching your mobile, when you are chit-chatting, when you are worrying, when you are struggling, okay? So all the things. See, even I can say that, okay, eating food, taking bath, combing your hair, going to bed, these are all good things. Because without all this, you are not going to focus on your education. You are not going to study. Without eating food, okay, you will not have energy to deal with your studies. So without being, what I can say, neat, taking bath and all, okay. So you are not going to concentrate on your studies. So all this fit into the curriculum. Just list out all the things. So the day one goes by. So probably at the end of the day, you just have an analysis. How much time I wasted not focusing on this? Probably you wasted thinking about something unnecessarily. So what benefit am I going to get in future? I'm not going to get any benefit. So I need to reduce on this level. It's just like financial management. So you're getting 1 lakh rupees and you want to manage your savings, you want to manage your expenses, and somehow, okay, the expenses are going beyond it. So when I was just going through Brahmanandam's book yesterday, he did not want to have children for 4 years just because he was getting only half a salary from the college what he was working. It was 200 rupees in that time, okay. And that was not enough for them to, what I can say, go with the child. So they hanged on for 4 years, okay, without children, just to handle their family budget so that they will not take loans or, okay, become bankrupt in future. So this financial planning is very much needed in a lower middle class family or middle class family. Okay. So like that, we have to have an analysis at the end of the day. Where is my time going in waste? It's simple, I can just tell you, okay. Time is money. Time is money. Always see time as money. So you have around 84,000 seconds every day. So imagine that is 84,000 rupees for you. So time is money. Okay. Every minute you are wasting, you are burning a note. Every minute you are wasting, or every second you are wasting, you are burning a note. You are throwing a note into your file. That's it. But every minute, okay, you are utilizing your time, you are securing this money or investing this money into something. Investment multiplies in future and gives you returns. So probably if someone buys a property, probably 10 years back he buys a property for 10 lakhs, okay, today it may be something around 1 crore also. So it multiplied by 10 folds. Even if that 10 lakhs is deposited in the bank, okay, probably it must have become like 25 lakhs by now. So it's multiplication. So multiplies. So time when it is invested, so it's like you are taking the money and you are investing on something which is going to multiply. Step by step it's going to multiply. So time is money. Always look at time in the form of money. So every minute you are wasting, it's like you are burning the notes what you have. So for future you don't have any investment. When you don't have any investment for future, okay, your life is insecure. And that's what worry is, that's what fear is, that's what scaredness is. So all the challenges come from that particular side. So make use of your time to the best. So what you have to do at the end of the day, analyze all the content. Observe, okay, where my time is going waste. So try to resolve that problem. So where my time went right. So second day, repeat the same thing. At least every half an hour, try to write a report, okay. How did I use this half an hour time? How much I wasted? How much I utilized? So second day, you will definitely see some improvement from the first day. You need two things. You need to list out, and second thing is you need to analyze at the end of the day. So when you keep analyzing, when you keep listing it for almost 1 month, okay, there will be a huge change, okay, in your focus. You will not be ready to waste even one single minute. But I told you, right? Why I told you this exercise is I want you to follow the truth. The truth is nothing comes instantly in life. Everything goes step by step. Everything goes bit by bit. So you will be gaining focus, and you must have gained focus. Probably when you were suffering with problem, there might not be even a minimum focus on you, minimum focus on studies, but now that focus must have increased. That focus must have developed to a certain extent. Probably at least it must be increased by 20% or 30%, okay? But as we are not making statistics out of it, okay, we feel that we are not able to focus totally on that. But good things do not happen instantly, Pyari, okay? You need to understand this. Everything happens step by step. Everything happens bit by bit. So when everything is going to happen step by step, bit by bit, okay? So you need to believe that something good is going to happen. Okay, but your mindset will be something like you want to jump at a conclusion immediately. You want to get things faster in life. You want to come out of the issues totally, and you want to focus on your studies completely and build some skills and okay, get ready for the future to give something to people. But it's not going to happen like that. So it's not possible for you to do things like that. So there must be some promotion in your focus every day. But only thing is you need to record it. So get started with recording it. So once you start recording it, okay, things will change, I suppose. Okay. So thank you so much for your question, Pyari. Have a great day. So I hope you will improve your focus to a greater extent and start celebrating your life wonderfully. Okay. God bless you with everything. Rashekar, how to speak English by phone? No one around me. I'm in a remote village. See, one thing, Rashekar, okay, so if you have to develop your spoken English or communication skills by your own, okay, you don't need to have anyone outside, okay. But one thing is you must have clarity on the fundamentals, okay. Probably just by listening to English consistently, by reading English and by just watching English movies and all, you will get exposed to a lot of words. You will expose to a lot of usages, you will expose to a lot of sentences, but you will not be clear about what to use, when to use, how to use. So first you need to get some basic stuff. You may be alone, okay, but you can get some training through some online classes, or you can search for some good trainer, okay, who teaches you on YouTube. So pick up some knowledge from them, okay. Once it is done, once you are clear with the basics, okay, you don't need to have anyone to communicate, okay, but you have a mobile with you, okay. As you have a mobile with you, a mobile is blessed with a recorder, you can start recording your voice and you can start listening to yourself. See, the only formula I guide people in order to develop their communication skills or in order to develop any subject is live with it, then it lives in you. So if you want to develop science, okay, live with science, science lives in you. If you want to develop mathematics, live with mathematics, mathematics lives in you. So if you want to develop your thinking, okay, live with thinking, then thinking lives in you. So everything is just like that. So if you want to speak English, okay, you have to live with English. How you are going to live with English? So let's presume, okay, if you're already our old student, okay, you must be knowing that our entire communication can go in 3 steps, okay. The first step, you need to classify the entire Telugu language into certain blocks. Without classification, okay, you look at Telugu language which looks huge. So as your Telugu language looks huge, okay, so you never understand, okay, how you are going to translate everything into English. So first you must classify your Telugu language. So probably we classify it into 2 major sectors, okay, one is sense communication, the other one is tense communication. So in tense communication, we speak about present, past, future, we talk about actions, possessions and state of being. So once you classify your Telugu language, and list out everything that is there. We list out everything that is there in senses, we list out everything that is there in actions, positions, and state of being. So now you have a blueprint of what is communicated in Telugu. Then we need to know how these things are communicated in English. Okay, second thing, that's also very simple. So these two things can be brought in just one paper information. And third step is application part of it, how you are going to apply these things in order to translate the structures in English. This is about the basic subject level, that's all. So once you are done with this, what you have to do is, let's presume, okay, the first action what we teach to people is something like repeated action. Mandi jarige pani. Okay, so we explain how it is done, how the sentence is created, and how to apply it. Now what you can do is you can lead with that always. So everything you look around, you can start observing what repeated action is there in that. See, I'm organizing question answer sessions. So this is a repeated action. I'm answering the questions of students. That's a repeated action. Students ask questions. This is a repeated action. Tulsi writes these questions and gives it to me, okay? This is a repeated action, okay? So this happens every 2 weeks once, okay? This is a repeated action. So everything what I'm doing again and again is a repeated action. So once you have your thinking towards identifying repeated actions and translating that, okay, they become habits. And in future, if an expression has to come out from your mouth, okay, it comes out in English itself. But without having clarity on the fundamentals. So you are listening, you are watching, you are reading, can put some sentences into communication, but that does not create a confident communication. That does not create a wonderful communication. So if you are already aware about the fundamentals, okay, then lead with English. English will live in you. So if you are aware about the fundamentals, you know all the senses. You take one sense and start relating every action to that sense. So it's like, I want to talk about an ability expression, cheyagalanu. So I know that I use can. So whatever I do, see for example, I look at this window. This window can allow air inside. This fan can circulate the air that is in the room, okay, across the room. These walls can protect us. These chairs give a possibility for the students to sit on it. This mobile records this mobile can record everything that I am talking. The internet can transfer the information, what I am communicating right now, to different people in different locations, live. So once I pick up a usage, I have to live with that usage. When I live with that usage lives in me first. Once all the usages live in you, okay, now you get the right expressions outside. Now you get exposed to English. You listen to English, you read English, okay, you watch English content, and you take an opportunity to communicate. If you don't have anyone to communicate, you communicate with yourself. You imagine there is your favorite hero in front of you and you start a conversation with him. You write, you take out a pen and start writing about different things. You take out your mobile and start recording. And beyond these three things, okay, you can do a lot of mental exercise. You can keep creating thousands of sentences, okay, in every situation. So practice makes you a perfect man. I don't say that for everyone to practice, there is someone there. So we have come up with a strategy wherein we don't say that, okay, we practice tennis only if an opponent is there. So we identify a system. There is a technology wherein a ball is thrown by a machine and a person starts batting it. So we don't need a second person, okay, in order to do that. So people are able to handle it without the other competitor also in order to practice. It's not to play and enjoy, okay, we need another companion, but we not be in this case. Okay. Thanks a lot for this question, Rajshekar. After a pretty long time, there was one question for me regarding English communication. Because always we used to have some question on the other. It's about life. Okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Ramakrishna. Very happy to see your question after a pretty long time. So you are one great thinker in my small kingdom, when I enjoy answering your questions. How can we stop feeling fear, which is raised by overthinking? And how to be happy and balanced in the worst of situations? You know fear is going to make the situation still worse. You know that fear is not allowing you to do things that you can do also. See, I think you are very much aware of Sam Burns, who is suffering from prejudice, wherein he gets aging very faster. Probably by 7 or 8 years, he will be like a 70 years or 80 years aged person. And you know his 5 principle philosophy, I suppose. What he gave to keep himself happy. The first principle of that is, there's nothing wrong if we are not doing something what we can't do. But if you're not doing something what you can do, then that's the biggest challenge. So if you're not able to do something, then don't worry about it. You will develop an ability to do it at a later stage. But if you're not doing something what you can do, that's the problem. Getting up early in the morning is a possibility for everyone. They can do this, but they're not doing this. Doing exercise every day is something what they can do, but they're not doing it. Okay, observing their thinking is something what everyone can do, but they're not doing it. So reading a book every day in order to feed his mind, okay, to develop this thinking is something what everyone can do, but he's not doing it. We cannot climb Mount Everest. We can, but probably, let us consider we don't have the ability to climb Mount Everest. We don't have an ability to swim across the sea or an ocean. Probably, we don't have an ability to fly in the air. And there is nothing wrong about it. I don't have an ability to speak Urdu, or I don't have an ability to write Urdu, okay. I don't have an ability to fight with people, I don't have an ability to do kickboxing, I don't have an ability to perform martial arts. There's nothing wrong in that. But the problem is, if you're not doing what you can do, and that's the biggest issue. So first, understand that there will be a fear, and that becomes a habitual fear. So fear is nothing but an outcome of your thinking. So you are not comfortable in your thinking, so it's expressing fear. So you need to become comfortable in your thinking in order to handle it. See, I'll tell you, there was some work for you which you had to finish yesterday, but somehow you watched cricket or you enjoyed your time, you gave much of your time into something else, and because of giving that time into something else, you did not do certain work. Now you are going to have some difficulty, okay, because of your negligence. Some difficulty faced because of your negligence. Now you need to accept that it is because of your negligence you are encountering the problem right now. Okay, and there is no use of fearing about it than outright facing it. So when you accept it and start facing it, okay, then you may reduce the consequences of it. But just to see, you will be scolded, you will be scolded. But issue is all about at the time when he is scolding also. So he is just uttering some sounds, okay. It's your thinking that is going to make you worry about it. So if you know that technique, you don't need to suffer with that also. So what is happening now? Before going to, let's presume your office, there was some deadline to be met. Your boss gave you some work and that was to be completed yesterday by 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock. But you want to watch some IPL match and you started watching it because you were a cricket lover. And because of that, you could not complete the project. You need to give an explanation with boss, okay, tomorrow in the office. Now what's happening is, once the match is over, you are lost in watching the match. Once the match is over, once you come outside, okay, you start developing fear within yourself, how to face my boss tomorrow. So what should I tell him? So you start feeling guilty about it, you start feeling about your negligence, you start thinking, okay, what a kind of idiot I am, okay. So I get fed and my family is being fed because of this, but what am I exactly doing? Okay? I'm not doing the right thing. So what is going to happen tomorrow is worrying you right now. And till you meet your boss and your boss is going to say something, okay, so you will be worrying about it. Fine. And once your boss starts shouting at you, yelling at you, you need to face double pain than this. And once you come out of that place, okay, you will start experiencing that disturbance. And this registers and becomes a memory. You share it with your friends, okay? You share it with your colleagues. There will be some colleague will be pointing at you and making a fun of you. So all these things are disturbances. Just because you exhibited fear. Fine. I enjoyed watching the match. It's probably because of the match I did not finish my work. I need to ask sorry to boss. He may scold me, he may blame me, or he may even fire me. Okay, forget about it. I need to face the situation. Okay, now just take off this and start working on things. So there is no use of fearing for it and wasting your time. Because try to understand this, Ramakrishna, okay? The easiest thing for anyone to do is stay in an emotional state always. For anything that happens, see, we cannot say that, anything can happen in our life. So you may lose your girlfriend. So once you lose your girlfriend, okay, it is easy for you to stay in that emotional state all through your life. But you don't make anything in your life. You have to quickly come out of that. So when you come out of that quickly, or once your emotion subsides, you have to make a decision and move forward in life. But most of the people just saying that something has happened which was not in my favor, because of that happening, I'm just worrying about it all through. But what is the outcome of that? What is that you are going to get out of that? Which is a senseless thing, okay? It's a wasteful thing that anyone can do on this earth. And I don't want you to do that. Okay? Don't stay in an emotional state, it's not going to help you at all. So once you accept, so no worries, you're going to work. You meet the boss and you start getting shouted, okay? It's okay. It is just because it is your mistake, you need to accept it. And it is responsible to the boss to answer someone higher than him. He has a pressure, so he emotes. Accept it. And once you come out of the place, okay, make a decision that you're not going to repeat it again and don't worry about it. If someone says, or if someone tries to make fun of it, okay, just understand that immature people. If you are not able to handle the immaturity of the immature people, that is your immaturity. So you can leave it off and start working on things and make things better. But the worst part of it is, we do mistakes. I can never say that we will be in a state where we will become perfect and we never do mistakes. It never happens. We will be in a state wherein we do mistakes. Okay. As we do mistakes, so we will have fear levels. When we are absolutely doing everything right in life, when we are performing everything that we ought to perform in life, okay, there's no question of worrying popping up in life. But the challenge for all of us is we are not going to be perfect. It is not possible for us to be perfect in life. As we are not perfect in different situations, okay, we will be encountering challenges. That challenges bring fear. Because every unusual thing that is happening in your life drives fear. So let's presume, okay, someone gave you a bottle of water. The water has a lot of fungus in it. And you have to drink that water, okay, then you will develop fear. Because it's not healthy. So you started eating food, okay, and someone said that, okay, there was a lizard in that food and that was served to you. Automatically you will start fearing because it's not an usual thing. Something unusual that is happening in your life is going to make you fear. But you need to understand that fear at the practical level, that is when you have to face the situation that you have to face. There is no doubt about it. There is no excuse for it. So if you have eaten the stuff and it is going to create a food poisoning on you and you have to suffer for 2-3 days until the stomach gets cleaned up, you need to. There is no alternate for that. But at the thinking level, if you can handle it, so it's okay, after 3 days I'm going to be comfortable. It's good that my stomach is going to get cleaned. Okay, now? So, I'm trying to forgive the person who has done this mistake. So, at the intellectual level and spiritual level, you're growing. So, the situation which is the cause of fear will be for a short time, but the suffering because of that will be for a pretty long time. Say a girl who is to get married may have the fear of not getting the right choice. And because of that, she suffers for years together. And a girl who believes that she did not get the right choice, once she gets married, suffers the whole life, okay? So the thought suffering is big. In a similar manner, fear is a happening of some mistake, some negligence we neglected in the past. Some mistake we have done in the past. So, there's nothing what we can do about it, okay? We need to handle it. Somebody may come to me and start pointing out some mistake what I've done in the past and blame me. It's okay. And just because I get blamed, okay, I cannot stay, ever nanu blame chestaro, ever point out chestaro, ever ekkristaro, ane oka negative state lo I cannot live my life, right? So, however carefully I protect myself, there will be someone who is going to point out and blame me. See, however careful you are, someday you are going to be cheated by someone. And just because you are going to be cheated by someone someday, okay, you cannot suffer all through your life, right? Understand this? So, your thinking is going to make the situation worse, not the situation that you ought to face. And whatever it is you ought to face, and everything that God does on this earth, He does for the right cause. And you know that, okay, life is always a forward journey. Okay. And everything that's going to happen is going to happen for our good. And how to be balanced and happy and balanced, okay, in the worst situations. There is no situation which is worst when your thinking makes the situation worst. You tell me one situation which is worst in your life. No situation is worst. Your thinking made it worst. That's it. Check once. A very rich man can be poor because of his thinking. A very poor man can be rich because of his thinking. A man with no problems can suffer because of his thinking. A man without any problems, a man with a lot of problems can be always smiling because of his thinking. So, problem is not with fear, but the problem is with your thinking. So, observe your thinking. Think how you can change it. If you're not able to change your thinking, okay, ask us, we will guide you how to change your thinking. It's all like you sell to your mind something and you want your mind to calm down. It doesn't happen like that. You need to convince your mind with logics. You need to explain your mind, okay, why this is right. So when we do mistakes, we convince our mind and we get balanced in that particular situation. But I don't understand in these situations why we don't try to convince our mind. We need to convince our mind. See, probably in the first example, what I've told you, when you go to the boss saying that I couldn't meet my deadline and I'm sorry for it, your boss can say that not only you, nobody has met the deadline. Even I did not meet the deadline because everyone was watching match, even I was watching a match. And the company people understood this and they extended the work for one more day. So don't worry, we need to deliver it tomorrow. So There is a possibility for this. And what is the use of you worrying about something bad to happen and thinking about it all day long? It makes no sense, right? That's what I want you to think about. I hope you understood, Ramakrishna. Okay. Thank you for your question again, and keep going, and keep inspiring a lot of people in order to create something great in life. Raj, I feel sleepy while studying, but during sleeping time I don't fall asleep easily. I tried various ways, drinking coffee, reading and loud, but I'm unable to wake and sleep at right time. Please guide me. Interesting, man. So probably you feel sleep while you're studying, right? So during the night time, it is the right time to sleep because the environment is at peace and a lot of cosmic energy gets exchanged and you become energetic, okay? And you are revitalized and you can get started with your work the next day. So you said that you will fall asleep, okay, when you start studying. Start studying, okay, at night time. So every time you're not getting sleep, okay, don't try to roll around, don't try to get tensed, okay. Don't try to worry yourself thinking that I'm not getting sleep. Because of this, tomorrow I'll get sleep in the classroom. And if I get sleep in the classroom tomorrow, sir is going to blame me and I'm going to fail in my exams. I'm not going to secure more percentage about it. So your mind has three factors: thinking, memory, and imagination. So imagination and memory will really put you in a lot of trouble. So you must be very careful about it. Understand this logic. So instead of all this, what you can do is at night time you open your book and start reading. So don't sit and worrying that you're not getting sleep, all these things, okay? So once you start reading, you will fall asleep. So sleep comfortably. So you may become awake in the middle, okay, at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the night. Again, take out a book. Don't worry for that, okay, and start reading. See, there were situations where I was in some problem and I used to get up in the middle of the night and I never used to get sleep again. So, but in the process, all I did was only one thing. Okay, that is, I used to take a book and start reading. And in the process, some days I read the book because it was interesting continuously and it added my knowledge. And sometimes, okay, I got sleep immediately and started sleeping. So if I become awake, and if I am not getting sleep even for a minute, okay, just take out a book and start reading it. Don't take out your mobile, okay. So take out a book and start reading. Start reading your subject books. Once you get a comfortable sleep at night, okay, daytime becomes a comfortable thing for you. So if you are not doing this, if you're spending all your night, okay, not sleeping and just doing something else, your mind definitely needs rest, right? So in the next part of the day, your mind automatically focuses on creating sleep for you. And that's not the mistake of your mind. So you need to get sleep at night, it's safe. And it's not safe to keep yourself awake at night because your mind may come up with a lot of unnecessary issues. Your mind will pop up with a lot of negative thoughts. And you may get into some rut, okay? A lot of disturbances in your life. I don't want you to get into that state. Okay? So all you can do is only one thing. So every time you're not getting sleep, okay, take out a book. Don't take out a mobile. Don't start thinking about it. Don't start worrying about it. Don't start telling to people that I'm not getting sleep at night. Don't make it an issue. Don't make it a discussion. All you just need to do is take out a book and start reading at night, okay? After half an hour, 10 minutes, after 1 hour or 2 hours, you're going to get sleep, okay? There's no problem. And once you sleep, okay, your body gets into 2-3 stages where you'll get into a deep sleep, and once you are there in that deep sleep for 4-5 hours, then you'll not get that sleep. Then you change your thought process, that's it. There's no big deal in that. See, everything is like, if you are right at your thinking level, it happens. You need to believe that it's going to happen good in your life. So if you're not going to believe that it is going to happen in your life, I can't handle this, then you can never handle it. So, at the first must have a solution. In the second level, you must be confident that that solution is going to drive a solution for you. So that solution is going to help you to come out of that problem. So if you are not confident, if you are not comfortable at the confident level, then you don't implement the principle. So problem persists. If problem has to subside, okay, all you have to do is you have to implement it. Okay, implement the solution. So don't complicate the problem. It's a very simple problem. So there are many people who keep themselves awake at night and start reading and sleep the whole day. And they have cracked IIT and they are doing something big in life. They have created some of the best ranks in NEET and all. It's possible. Okay, so don't worry for it. Just take out your book and start reading, and everything is going to be fine. Thank you so much, Raj, for your question. And I wish the problem gets solved and you'll handle your life comfortably in future without any issue. So, Nizam, good afternoon, man. Thank you at least getting in touch with through this question answer session. Probably my decision of creating this question answer session is right, because it can keep people like you in touch. How to develop a healthy self-image when the world around us is judging all the time. How do we create a mind free of judgment? World around you is not judging when you are thinking that the world around you is judging. Whatever you think about, that appears in the external world because you reveal to the world about it. See, for example, I used to think that people are thinking about me so much. They are thinking about my mistakes. They are thinking about my issues. They are thinking about my drawbacks. They are thinking about the negatives I have in my life at one state. And I used to find people talking about all that because I was thinking, I used to express them that this is my position and all. But after some time, I never started thinking that people are going to think about me. People are going to look into my negatives. People are going to identify the negatives, what I have done and all. So I never thought about it, and later people also did not think about it. See, I think I'll tell you some personal experiences. Nobody in this institute came to me and started talking negative about others to me. They never spoke even one negative statement about anyone in this institute. There may be disturbances and challenges what they have faced among themselves, but they never came to me and started telling one negative statement because I did not think that someone is going to talk about someone's negative. So you must have experienced this, okay? If you become an enemy of someone, automatically the enemies of that fellow will become your friends. And even in our discussion, you know you must have got this, okay? So when we are in friendship, we never identify one mistake in the other person. But when the friendship breaks out, okay, so everything appears to be a mistake. You know this information, right? In a similar manner, what you think about only appears in the external world. So if you are not thinking about it, nobody is going to think about it. Suppose let us say that you are more worried about your overweight, you are not accepting your weight. Okay, so then automatically you will find a lot of people making fun of that overweight, many people commenting on that overweight and creating disturbance about it. So linking up every negative constraint towards that overweight. But if you accept your overweight and don't think about it, okay, then nobody is going to talk about it. It's my personal experience. So you need to accept it. So you need to accept that it's because of my mistake or it's because of my negligence So once you accept it, okay, you can take it forward. Everything is like that. So people are not judgmental. You are giving an opportunity for them to judge you. See, if you are not ready to listen to their judgment, okay, why people are going to judge you? And why you are giving time for their judgment? Why you are listening to the judgment of others? And what is your future related with their judgment? So we always say this statement in classes, okay, I hope you must have heard it from my class so many times. పనుండే వాళ్ళు పని చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు, పని లేని వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ గురించి వీళ్ళ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తూ ఉంటారు, మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటారు. అలాంటి పని లేని వాడు ఇప్పుడు మన గురించి నెగిటివ్గా మాట్లాడుతున్నాడని మనం బాధపడుతున్నామంటే మనం ఇంకెంత బేకారంలో అయి ఉండాలి. I hope you remember this. So why you are so worried about the judgment of others? Let people judge you, okay? What's going to happen? Is their judgment going to do something good in your life? They don't have any work, they are free, so they are trying to judge you. I'm occupied with my things, okay? I'm busy. So I'm not having time for judging about you. So probably if at all, if I come up with a discussion of Nizam, my only communication will be one thing. His potential, his work can transform the life of a lot of people. It can become helpful for a lot of people. But that's not happening. If it happens, that will be good. That's all. And if I had a personal communication with you, probably I say that, okay, you're like a soulmate for me wherein I can express anything to you. I feel very comfortable expressing anything to you. And certain things come out of my mind, okay, only when I sit with certain people. I can't bring everything that is there within me outside, okay, before everyone, okay. I can only bring it before a few people. So that's what I expressed to you. If I'm talking to others, that will be the thing I'll talk to you. Because you are ready to listen to the judgment of others, people are judging you. And you give them the clue that, okay, they are judging you. I think, okay, till 30 years of age, okay, there were a lot of people suggesting me, it's like saying, you do this, you should not be like this, you should not be like that, you must be like this, you must be like this and all. Because at that time, my thinking was something like, I'm not settled in my life, I'm not comfortable, I'm not lucky enough, somehow things are not going in my favor. So people may be thinking negative about me, people may be judging. See, the process, I used to go and say actually this, that and all, and that, okay, used to make them judge me. And they used to take a continuous class for me. Everyone used to suggest me, okay. But today nobody comes to me. Nobody suggests me anything. Nobody tells me anything. So probably you might know this, but I'm trying to tell you, even this communication will not be there with me also. So the world is not trying to judge you. And you never bother about how the world is judging you. So because how the world judges you is not going to make your future. Your future is going to be designed based on what your judgment is about. Okay. And you need to understand one truth said by Jesus, Nizam, okay? Judgment develops hatred. So don't judge anything. Accept what is happening in life. So simply saying, recently I was listening to Mahatriya's presentation. He just told me that life is all about 4 simple steps. I was just telling you, to be, to do, to have, to give. So to give comes at the end. For that you need to have. To have, you need to do. To do, you need to be. To be is everything. So when you are right with the being, then doing happens. When you are not right with the being, then doing does not happen. So with the being, you are not right enough. You need to change yourself in the being level. So to be is all about to think wisely. So you're not thinking wisely. You're not looking into your advantages. You're not looking into your strengths. You're not looking into your abilities. You're not looking into your God-given gifts. You're not looking into your talents, okay? You're not looking into your blessings, okay? So when you look into your blessings, when you look into your abilities, when you look into your talents, okay, then you'll think of doing something with you. But on the contrary, when you are not looking into your talents, abilities, and skills, okay, then automatically your focus is totally on something which is irrelevant to you. You're thinking about something which is not to be thought of. You think about what people are going to think about you. You're thinking about what is going to happen to your future. You're thinking about something that has happened in the past. You're thinking about what you have missed in life. You're thinking about, the friends who are prospering in life and you're not prospering. You're thinking about many things, but you're not thinking about the strengths. You're not thinking about your abilities. You're not thinking about your capabilities. You're not thinking about your God-given gifts. So you're not thinking about the blessings only, what you have. When you think about all these things, okay, when you're surrounded by all these things, then I can say that, okay, your mind starts thinking with a betterment. But you're not thinking about what you have. So you're thinking about what you don't have. So when what you don't have takes the priority seat, okay, you come up with all the issues. But your focus is on what you have. I think there will not be any issue in your life. So shift your thinking to what you have. And developing a healthy self-image depends on what you work. So reading, watching some good videos can put something into the head. It's like creating a seed. But that must be cultivated, okay, within you in order to build a self-image. Without cultivating the seed that you have with you, okay, you can never see a crop happening. So self-image is an outcome of cultivating or implementing the ideas what you have got from different resources. And if you're not implementing the ideas what you have got from different resources, how do you enhance your self-image? So for your self-image to get intact, okay, get strong at the fundamental level. Go with your principles. Even today, I have the challenge of handling my anger. Even today, I have the challenge of thinking negatively in different situations. Even today, my arrogance comes up, okay, pops up in different situations, and I behave in a negative manner. Even recently, okay, like a student by name Rasul, okay, was sitting in a class, and I just thought with an arrogant outlook, and I started pointing him out. So later I realized, I started texting a sorry to him, okay, I said sorry to him. The same thing is with you also. So there are some challenges which I have to encounter even today in my life. But there are certain things what I've implemented from the teachings of others. So probably last week I just told you this. Most of the people have challenges in life. And once they have a challenge, they get into an emotional state. And they live in that emotional state all through. And they become nothing. There are other kind of people, they too have challenges in life. They too suffer the emotions because of that. But very soon come out of that emotional state and start creating a new life for themselves. So at the implementation level, okay, if you're not working, you take one simple principle and start working. One simple principle that can bring a change in your life. I'm sure, okay. So you will promote your self-belief, okay. One activity, one small activity that you are doing in your life, okay. So paints a beautiful picture of self-image in your life. Okay. I hope you got the essence, Nisa. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. So I pray God just bring you back to strength, make you focus on your talents, abilities, and skills, and make you become useful to this world. So you already have something that you can give to the world. The only challenge is your being is not still right. So you can work on the being right, okay. Doing automatically happens. Then having and giving automatically follows. Okay. I wish you would come out of these challenges soon and become useful for this world. Because there's a lot of work that we need to do in this world. The world needs people like you and me in order to transform them to greatness, because they're losing their thinking ability. And this is the right time, okay, where they need our guidance to a greater extent. Let's make it. So thank you so much for everyone for your wonderful questions and listening to me kindly. Keep going, all the best. So focus on your thinking and handle your life greatly. Celebrate the love in you the most. Thank you.